Have you ever wondered what the Earth looked like hundreds of millions of years ago? Let's take a trip back in time, around 300 million years ago to be exact. Back then, the world as we know it was unrecognizable. The continents we're familiar with today were all part of a gigantic supercontinent known as Pangea. Pangea was a colossal landmass, a single entity that encompassed all the Earth's continents. It was centered on the equator and was surrounded by a vast ocean called the Panthalassa. Pangea was like a jigsaw puzzle that fit perfectly together with two major pieces, Laurasia and Gondwana. Laurasia was the northern part that comprised of what we now know as North America, Europe, and Asia. Gondwana, the southern part, contained what would later become South America, Africa, India, Madagascar, Australia, and Antarctica. Imagine all the continents of today tightly packed together into one immense landmass. That was Pangea. So how did this massive supercontinent Pangea break apart? Well, let's dive into the world of geology to understand the whys and hows of this titanic shift. The primary culprit behind this planetary jigsaw puzzle is something called plate tectonics. Imagine the Earth's crust as a broken eggshell floating on a semi-fluid layer beneath it, called the mantle. These broken pieces or plates are constantly moving, albeit at a snail's pace. About 200 million years ago, the tectonic plates that made up Pangea began to drift apart. The intense heat from the Earth's core caused the mantle to convect, pushing the crust above. This created rifts and cracks in Pangea, and over millions of years these rifts widened, forming new oceans and seas. The continents, as we know them today, started to take shape. And just like that, the continents began their slow and steady journey to where they are now. But what about life on Pangea? Did dinosaurs roam this supercontinent? Indeed, Pangea was teeming with life, a vibrant tableau of prehistoric activity. The supercontinent was home to a multitude of creatures, but most notably, it was the stomping ground of the dinosaurs. The expansive landmass provided ample space for these colossal beings to thrive and evolve. But it wasn't just about the dinosaurs. Pangea was a diverse ecosystem with a vast array of flora and fauna. The climate varied greatly across the supercontinent, from the humid equatorial regions to the freezing poles. This wide range of climates fostered a rich diversity of life forms, each uniquely adapted to their specific environment. The landscape of Pangea also played a crucial role in the evolution of these creatures. From towering mountain ranges to sprawling forests, the diverse terrains were a playground for evolutionary experimentation. Yes, dinosaurs did roam the lands of Pangea, alongside a host of other fascinating prehistoric creatures. Now here's a thought to ponder. Will Pangea ever return? Let's dive into the realm of future geology, a field that dares to predict the ever-changing face of our planet millions, even billions of years into the future. This might sound like pure fantasy, but it's based on understanding the processes that have shaped Earth's past. The Earth's crust is not one solid shell, but a patchwork of tectonic plates that are constantly, albeit slowly, moving. These plates have been shuffling around for billions of years, coming together to form supercontinents, then drifting apart again in a cycle known as the supercontinent cycle. Pangea was just the most recent of these supercontinents. Scientists predict that in the next several hundred million years, the continents will once again converge to form a new supercontinent. There are several theories about what this future supercontinent might look like. One theory, dubbed Novo Pangea, suggests that as the Atlantic Ocean continues to expand, the Pacific Ocean will close, bringing the continents together in a configuration similar to Pangea. Another theory, known as Pangea Ultima, proposes that the Atlantic will begin to close, reversing its current trend. This would bring the Americas back together with Africa and Europe, while Australia would collide with Asia. Yet another theory, Aurica, considers a different scenario where the Arctic Ocean and Caribbean Sea close up, forming a supercontinent around the Arctic. These are all just theories, of course. The future of our planet is subject to a multitude of variables, many of which are impossible to predict with absolute certainty. But one thing we can say for sure is that the Earth never stands still. Its continents are always on the move, driven by the relentless churning of the Earth's interior. So, while Pangea as we know it may never return, the Earth is always changing. Who knows what the map of our planet will look like millions of years from now? So there you have it, the story of Pangea, from its formation to its breakup, and the potential for its return. A supercontinent that witnessed the rise and fall of dinosaurs, and may yet reappear. To keep up with more cosmic adventures and fascinating geology facts, subscribe to our Universal Universe channel.